So how are Experian using workload automation today?
Well, currently, we're using things like, basically providing batch support.
Okay,
So a lot of our products simply run in a sequence at a set time, which is your traditional batch, really.
sure.
Where we're using event rules to drive some automation beyond just the standard time parameter, still that time frame control. But what we would like to do is obviously move further into the future and change the way we're doing things and try and maybe start using some of the newer features
Okay,
or the newer features that have been available for some time now.
sure.
But we're providing that service to the UK and EMEA to some degree. So
Okay.
we're giving the operation support teams self-service capability and developers as well. So developers in some cases are actually setting up their own batch, and we're then simply providing a check scenario, a gateway, if you will, to production.
Okay. So this is external developers.
External to my team, but
Okay.
internal within Experian.
Okay.
And then we've got the same scenario with the US. So my colleague in the US, he's providing a similar service. So he's working with the developers and the business teams in the US to provide that solution.
Okay.
So that's where we are at the moment, and that's kind of where we stand.
So version 9.5 of workload automation has just been released. What features appeal to you the most?
The containerization of the masters, as I think we've mentioned previously. But beyond that, there's the new feature of labels.
Yes.
So what we are looking to achieve from that is a simplification of our standards. So we've had to put very strict naming conventions around our job names, for example.
For the folders, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way the folders is going to help us with that is we can relax those standards for the job naming. The reason we have such complex naming standards is because we need to identify the business unit. We need to know what client that piece of batch might be running against, which application it's working to.
Sure.
Mainly for the licensing aspect of TWS, because those business areas need to fund the service that we're providing.
For internal chargeback?
For internal chargeback.
Okay.
So what that allows us then to do is with the folders, we can put all of that batch inside a particular folder tree,
Okay.
which means that we no longer have to worry about this complicated naming convention, freeing up at least 50% of the job name, which means developers and batch schedulers have got much more freedom to call jobs something meaningful. They haven't just got this massive long prefix which tells them absolutely nothing.
Okay.
And then they're left with 10 characters maybe at the end, which has got to be some kind of truncation of this job runs a SQL database stored procedure. For example, they've got to turn that into PROC.
Okay.
It's not really very meaningful.
Just sounds like it's going to make your life a whole lot easier.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. And how has Elyzium helped you achieve your objectives?
So over the years, we've been working. So since I started in this role, we've been working with Elyzium. So that's 6 years now. We've had this relationship. It's been good. So we started with standing up TWS from scratch at version 8.6. We knew nothing about it then. I was certainly new to TWS, and although I had some workload scheduling experience from CA7 way back in the past, it was a whole new adventure, really. So working with Elyzium, it's allowed us to move along that journey, but with the comfort knowing that we've got experts there to support us and help us understand where issues arise.
Okay, and a knowledge transfer at every step of
Absolutely. Yeah. So my skill set, for example, has gone from 0 to the SME within Experian. That would include, and I don't think I'm out of turn in saying this, my colleague in the US, he's very mainframe centric. So he relies on my expertise to help with the distributed aspect.
Okay.
So, and we work very closely together to make that happen. So, the knowledge transfer doesn't just go from Elyzium and stop at me. It helps with that whole learning piece. And also within my team, because my team are, again, mainframe centric, traditionally. And we need to upskill everybody in that area.
Okay.
So it's a really good working scenario.
Sounds like a great relationship.
It is, absolutely. I think we'd be lost without it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.